Step one, put on the rubbers, put on your gloves.
We're gonna take this little screen out and we're gonna suck that fluid out and put fresh fluid in. And then Dot ripped that stuff out. Took our little screen out. She was a stickler. And we don't need to put it in, but this just keeps you from dropping bolts or something into your brake fluid. Our multi-use hand pump.
Okay.
For sucking things out. Feed our hose down into our brake fluid reservoir. And there she goes. Brake fluid going out.
What color is old brake fluid
Clear.
normally?
But when it's oxidized, it's real dark. You don't want to get any brake fluid on your hands or on your body. Oh, right. Our fresh brake fluid. Nice and clear. Slap on our cap. Needle nose pliers. Open-ended wrench. And we have our penetrating oil to lube it up. We're taking off our nipple right here. This is our silicone nipple. We're gonna spray her right here with our penetrating oil. Just like that, we got her all lubed up. That's gonna help it break loose when we use our 10 mil. Go ahead and push.
Push in.
All right. Let your foot back up.
What's up?
Push.
Pushing.
Let your foot back up. Tell me when you're at the floor.
I mean, it's not moving. It's doing this shaking thing.
Well, it should be going all the way to the floor.
It's going like.
Yeah, something's not right. Times the fluid, and then you push, and once it stops squirting, I close it. Yeah. Yep. Perfect.
Add more brake fluid.
Yep.
Make sure no air gets in the line.
Yep. Just shoots like a goddamn geyser. I mean, I'm talking like a squirter like you wouldn't believe. Look at that. So I open the valve before you push, then you push. Just shoots like that. It just shot all over my whole arm. I've never had a car do this to me ever on the channel. It's the first time for everything.
What does an air bubble do?
An air bubble in the brake system will allow the fluid to expand easily, so you'll lose brake pressure. So your pedal will be going down, but the vehicle won't be slowing down. And that's one of the worst things you can have. And over time, as the fluid oxidizes, the actual brake fluid acquires moisture. And moisture has oxygen. H2O obviously has oxygen in it. And that oxygen over time actually thickens the fluid. So the brake fluid doesn't have the lubricity. It doesn't have the same properties, and it boils easier. So as your brake fluid gets older with more moisture, you can actually boil your brake fluid quicker and you can lose your brake feel. Also, it retards your timing of your anti-lock brake system. So your brake system won't function as it's intended. So if you hit a little bit of ice or snow or water and you slip, you can actually lose control of the vehicle easier. So that's why it's so important to change that brake fluid often and keep your car running optimally and as safe as possible.
Or when it was like all, I don't know if that you would call it spongy. Yeah, it makes a big difference.
Oh my gosh.
So is it possible there was air in it before?
It could be. I'm touching it 13% and this thing's slowing down.
Yeah, and you have the video from last time you were driving.
Yeah. Now on the third one, if there's an air bubble, it should get bad. So that's this first. Here comes the second. All right, now they're warm. Now this time it's going to be hot right here. It should be really, really messed up if there's something wrong. Perfect. Nothing. It's totally back.
No, that makes it's a real big difference. I'm telling you.
This is back.
You don't. I know you drove it, but it was really
I used to
car before. Like it was like embarrassing to stop in front of people because it would be like.
Wow.
Sometimes it would be like scary.
You know what's really weird? Your fluid had no color to it, but it had an awful smell to it, air bubble. But the biggest question is, why didn't it get darker and look like shit? That's where I'm totally defragmented.
Well, maybe it was because I had to get all these recalls replaced. So maybe there was like something that they changed, and it was like, I don't know. I have no idea.
We'll do 35 to 0.
And there's traction control is on or off?
Yes, it's on. We want it on.
Okay.
Yep. It should double checker. It should go as it's starting to skid. It goes like this, and it grabs the brakes really quick. So brace yourself. There we go. Do a little 35 to 0. Three, 2, 1. It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. Hear that?
Yeah.
Yep. You want to drive her?
Sure.
Tell me how she feels.